TunePocket.com.
Falcon fans, Falcon family, it's your boy Chase and Phillip back from a long overdue podcast, man. We back with you live. I believe it's episode number 29 coming at you. As always, I'm with my co-host Phillip. Phillip, how we doing today, brother?
Pissed.
That's basically what you could sum it up with. One word. Very, very disappointed as a Falcon fan. Thought this was the year, man. I don't want to say it's over with because there's still a long season ahead of us. We still got a couple bye weeks. We got a bye week coming up actually now. Was hoping to get the wins heading into the bye week these past 2 weeks. Phillip, just I don't know, man. Break it down. You know what happened today? What some good, some bad from today's game. Just give me your take on the whole situation.
The good thing on today's game, we figured out we can run the ball again. On the other hand, passing game just them plays just ain't there. I guess I don't know.
Just to add on to what you're saying about the passing game, man, it just seems like to me everybody is in a deep route. Just another stat to really throw at you about passing game. Phillip, Taylor Heineke started the game today, and when he was benched from being injured in the fourth quarter, 55 yards for a starting quarterback in the NFL. Phillip, that's a problem. As you did say, we did get the run game started today. You've seen a lot more Bijan in the backfield from what we should have been seeing the past 2 to 3 weeks. You know, he was the number one pick for a reason. There's really not much to chat about here today on Dirty Fanatics United, but me and the boy Phillip had to come at you live and just, chat it up with y'all, man. Let us know how y'all are feeling. Definitely support the love, everybody that's been tuning in with us. We have been off for a couple of weeks, had a lot of family stuff going on. Just all in general, a lot of stuff going on. So we greatly appreciate everybody still rocking with us here at Dirty Fanatics United. Just to jump right into it, man, our first subject for today, Arthur Smith, hot seat, question mark. Phillip, your thoughts on that? Is Arthur Smith on the hot seat? Does this game today determine if Arthur Smith will continue being our head coach?
For me personally, yeah, he's on the seat. Sure. His decision making is concerning. I don't know what in his thought process. You had the ball directly on the 20-yard line on a 4th and 1 with a 20. What was it? It was a close game. All you had to do was just kick the field goal to make it 20-23. I think 22. And you go for it. And I mean, in my opinion, look at the replay. Yes, it looked like the ball was on the line, but
speaking of that particular drive there, Phillip, I was thinking myself, even if Desmond Ridder didn't get it, I was thinking myself that Bijan picked that up on that 3rd down. You are correct. That field goal there does send you into a way tighter game. They don't pull away and win by 2 points.
Because the next drive you did score.
Exactly. So a lot of coaching decisions that are being pretty rough here so far throughout the season. This is, I think, year 3 or 4 for Arthur Smith and Phillip.
4 and 6.
The same damn football team every fucking year, dude. As a Falcon fan, it's very frustrating, but as a Falcon fan as well, I'm going to continue riding for my squad because that's what I am. I'm a Dirty Bird faithful. I hate the situation that we're in. It really makes you miss the times when we were actually a good team. Phillip, just starting the season off 2-0, taking a division, still being in a close race with division up till today. The Saints losing today to the Minnesota Vikings as well, which is kind of opening the door for you to take that first spot. And we have failed to get it done the past 2 weeks. Philip, just what are we lacking as a football team?
Guidance. I'm gonna just be honest. That's a lot of things. Guidance. Um, you got you got the players, you got certain things there. You have it all there for you. It's just certain things that's not clicking and gelling for some reason. And I'm gonna say it again. It's also decision making a lot of times too. That's what's making me draw towards more that way. Just certain things just ain't going right because of certain decision making, whether it's from the coaches or on the field. I've just seen a couple things this past season where it is on the coaches and it's also on quarterback or just receivers as for once, and so sometimes tight ends too. But
Right.
just certain things like that, I just feel like it's more guidance that we need.
Phil, you talk about guidance, and then I'm gonna shoot back to your comment real quick about you said receivers not getting open, situations like that. You look at some of the play calls that's being played or called out over last week and this week, and it seems like Arthur Smith is still drawing up plays for number 81. You have a Kyle Pitts and a Drake London. Drake Phillip is on a different level this year, bro. I don't know if other Falcon fans have noticed it, but Drake is a dog, and he showed it every game that he's been active that he's gotten targets. Desmond Ridder came off the bench in the fourth quarter. One of his first passes was straight to Drake London. A couple of passes were to Drake London. Throughout the whole game, Drake had one reception, one attempt throughout 3/4 of an NFL game. Your number one receiver going up, Buda Baker. Who's that? Buda Baker? What? I mean, it's just situations like that, man. It just really gets at me that we have those talents. We have those first round talents that we're not using and we're not making anything out of. I'll give you my little input of what I think could be better. And Philip, I'm going straight for the head coach. I think play calling has to be a lot better. Play scheming has to be better. Situations on fourth downs got to be better. You ran a QB sneak twice today. We've done that maybe 5 times this whole season. So, I mean, just situations like that. Real quick before I continue rambling on about this game, shout out to Anthony White, man. We appreciate you tuning in, brother. Hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe. Shout out to my boy DSGB Hall. He said, "What's up, fellas? Tough loss. I really don't know what to say right now, but rise up. LOL. Still supporting this team, win or loss." DSGB Hall, man, that's all we can do is laugh, brother. The play that we've been seeing out on that field is not the type of money that we had this offseason. We put all the cash on defense. And I will say, I know you lost to Grady Jarrett all season, but the past 2 games has been mediocre. We've gave up way too many points to quarterbacks that haven't even started for the team all season. Today, Kyler Murray's first game back, putting up over 224 yards. You got Dobbs last week that went over 200 yards against a defense that was once a top 10 this year. I don't know what's going on. I'm not turning the back on defense real fast, but Coach Arthur Smith, you got to get it right, man. You got to get it right. Not only for the team, but for us fans, man. We need it desperately, and we've been waiting on it. This was the season. This was the year that we were going to the playoffs. Shout out to Cody Killer on Facebook. He said, "This defense has been great, but the last 2 games we have given up 4th and 15, 3rd and 17, where a sack or a stop and you allow a quarterback to scramble 20-plus yards is unexcusable." Philip,
today,
just going off of Cody's comments right here, man, just your thoughts of our defense letting these quarterbacks scramble all over us.
Personally, I just, in a way, yes, like we're not prepared also, but that kind of falls on like our coordinator. I like Ryan Nielsen. He's doing his thing, but what type of quarterbacks these are. Why don't you have a QB spy?
I'm glad you said that, Phil. You took the words right out of my mouth. I didn't see a QB spy last week or this week. Nobody's zoned in. Quarterback. Exactly. Nobody's zoned in on the quarterback. It's a one-man situation, 1v1. And in that situation with a quarterback like Kyler Murray that likes to use his legs, You got to have
Like
a man
today.
keyed. You got to have a man keyed in on that one player at all times. So it is very frustrating as a Falcon fan. Real quick, I'm going to give a shout out to Kerry, Stormy Sapp, Cody Killer, DSGB Hall, and Anthony White. Man, we appreciate y'all tuning in. Hit that like, hit that share, and hit that subscribe on YouTube if you haven't already. Philip, what are we going to do, brother? That's the title of today's show. Falcon fans, what are we going to do? Please leave your comments in the comment section. Let us know, as a Falcon
Stay
fan,
hopeful.
what can this team do to get it right coming out the bye week against your divisional rival, the biggest
Leaders
rival,
right now.
the biggest rival that you have. You're 2-0 in the NFC South right now. Philip, could we come away 3-0, not this coming up Sunday, but the next?
You can. We bet. Why not? You've been in the last 3 games that you lost. Why not? You just got to finish it out. Again, smart decision making. You got to get it together.
Right.
That's
And,
all
and
it boils down to.
as you say, we've got to get it together. Like I said, you got a short week coming up with a bye week. You got to get it together in a week and a half is what you have until you play the Saints again. So, we got to get it going, man. I don't know what it could be. I
You're
want to
4-6.
blame it all on
You can
coach.
turn it
I want to
around.
blame it on coach. But then again, there's times that we're doing stuff as players that could be a lot better. I've seen Jake Matthews today, Philip, get beat a couple times against the Arizona Cardinal defense that has not been great. We gave them their second win on the season today. Just disheartening as a Falcon fan to see stuff like that going on. We started off so hot. Our defense looked so good. And then, like I said, the past 2 weeks, it's just kind of dwindled out. Philip, your thought on Van Jefferson, a guy that we just signed this year in the A, had a couple of chances to get the ball and make something out of it, but it has not been too much of a value here in Atlanta.
For one, I'm just not. I mean, don't get me wrong. For what we got him for, it wasn't like it was a whole lot. But then again, here's the thing: the type of player he can be, and he's just not performing to what he's supposed to be. He's not running. To me, in my opinion, from what I'm saying, he's not running the right routes. There was a play Desmond let him deep. Could have been his. He just wasn't in the. He wasn't in the spot.
He ran a post more than a go route. I do know the pass you're talking about. That was today, correct?
Yeah. Yes. And then 2 weeks ago, he dropped a wide open pass. I mean, it's just certain things like that. And there's also some that
The
just
wide
let it
open
blow
pass,
over him.
the wide open pass to continue going down the field and win that game last week. That there was a major eye opener to me about Mr. Van Jefferson. Maybe it's just jitters being with a new team, but I think it's something we got to look at. I still think, with a Matt Collins being out, he went out last game and he was out today. I still think you're looking for that true receiver number 2, Philip. It was a big question heading into this. It was a big, big question mark heading into the season. We talked about it here a couple of times. And also on one time for the fan, we chatted about it a pretty good bit of, I can count on my fingers how many times we talked about it over there. So just stuff like that, man. I think you got to go into the season next year with a full onset starting offense. No ifs or buts about what position or what player. I think you need to know who your receiver 2 is. You need to get the O-line figured out. Maybe you shouldn't have paid McGarry what you paid him. Philip, your thoughts on the O-line heading into this season, off of the progression we had last year in the O-line, being a top 10 offensive line, top 5 in run game, still coming over this year being a top 3 in the run game. And then as the weeks carry on, we just continue to dwindle down the rankings.
It's kind of disappointing if you want me to be honest. We're letting up too much. We're letting too many guys get back there to get sacks that, like you said earlier, I mean, Arizona defense, 1-18, now 2-8. Let them get back there, I think, for 3 or 4 times today. And it's kind of concerning.
What's so crazy about this NFL, man, it moves so fast and you can lose your footing so quick in the NFL. You look at Tampa Bay, they win a couple more games, and guess what we're doing? Not knocking on the basement door. Nothing that I've seen happening this season. being this low of a caliber team. Philip, there is some good from today's game. So as always, we will give our players of the game on the offense side of the ball and the defense side of the ball. I'll let you start with your offense, and then I'll give my offense.
Well, my offense, despite him only coming in for maybe 6 minutes, I'm gonna give it to two people.
Do one,
Uh,
because I may have the second guy. Do one.
well, one, I'm gonna say Desmond. He came in like he done his job. I know we've been tough on Desmond, but deep down we still fans of Desmond. I
No
now
doubt. He's
truly
wearing that
realize
logo.
it's not Desmond's fault. It's
Mhm.
not Heineke's fault. It's our head coach. So I'm giving it fully on Desmond because he got it, came in, and basically won us the game until defense let up that last sack or missed that sack. I mean,
So, Philip, before I get my offensive player of the game, who starts heading into the next game we have against the Saints? I believe it's in Atlanta. Who starts in Atlanta, not Sunday, but the next Sunday at quarterback?
I'm gonna give it to Desmond.
I can rock with
I
that.
just I just feel like
You've seen 2 games of Taylor. Not much progression more than what you have with Desmond Ritter.
yeah,
Yes,
that's basically it.
the turnovers are a little better, but Taylor
Yeah,
Heinicke is a veteran. Taylor Heinicke is the veteran on the team, so I can understand Ritter throwing a little more interceptions than what Taylor is doing. There is times that Taylor's ball should be picked off. There's a lot of times Taylor's ball should be picked off. We kind of gotten lucky about
today.
that, but yeah, a couple of times a day. Even last week, he had a couple of throws that were questionable. Real quick, back on the subject, player of the game for offense, Bijan Robinson, man. Clap it up
Mm.
for Bijan, man. Bijan did his thing. The rookie, the only one that came out today and was really dogging to grab this dub. Philip, real quick, we're gonna give a roll call, man. Shout out to Jose in the chat. Shout out to Casey in the chat, Cody, Stormy, and whoever else may be on YouTube, man. Hit that like, hit that share. Philip, player of the game for the defense side of the ball. Who you got?
Let's see. I'm gonna give it to AJ. Despite him struggling a little bit here lately, today to me he was more aggressive, and I looked like he took a little page out of Akuda's book. He was a little more aggressive on his coverage today, and honestly, I want to see more of it because I liked it. You know, if
Facts.
you have two corners being aggressive like that, you know, shows you can have lockdown corners, and I want more of that.
I will say, man, Akuda's play has been really, really nice this season. Akuda
I
hasn't
don't even
given up much at
I
all. I
don't
don't
even
think he gave
remember
a
a
pass the other
pass
day.
today. I don't
Yeah.
even remember a pass being thrown his way.
Akuda's been very locked down, man. So shout out to Akuda for coming in, even off of an injury, coming in and just catching stride to be that draft pick that he once was with the Ohio State. Philip, my player of the game for defense has got to be the backup player, Mr. Nate Lamon.
Yeah.
Just to speak on Nate real quick, man, Troy Anderson has really got a job to come back and try to win. He's really got a battle to get that start position, unless you go and switch to a three-man set linebacker position,
Or just
which could
rotate.
happen. Which could happen. I know at one point this season when they were all healthy, that was a conversation. Real quick, headed to the chat. DSGB Hall said something positive. Nate Lamon played lights out. Troy who? 100%. Nate Lamon did his job. Nate was definitely a steal to come in and for us to
Give
re-sign
my
him
man
this
a
year.
Pro Bowl invitation, bro. He's balling.
DSGB Hall say you got to look at QB play. We had under 100 yards passing the whole game. With these weapons, this is unacceptable. Philip, we could agree 100% with everything DSGB Hall is saying. There's too many targets to only be thrown for 55 yards from the first to the fourth quarter for our starting quarterback. And then Desmond to come in and rack over those 55 yards really shows something there. So I think coaches got to definitely key in on who's QB1 and stick with that. Stick with who you want at quarterback and continue to support the young guy. Philip,
Right.
at one point this season, I'll admit, we was calling for Taylor. We was calling for Taylor
Yeah.
because we were throwing 3 to 4 interceptions a game. What Falcon fan liked to sit there and watch what was happening?
And
As a fan,
we just had certain plays that was just
yeah,
making it look like it was all keyed on Desmond. Now we've seen the production of both. Nothing's changed. Now we know who the imposter is.
And guess who the fingers point back to? Mr. Arthur Smith, the play caller on the offense. Philip, we talked about it heading into the regular season. Should Arthur Smith hire an offense coordinator and just take the head coaching job? Just be a head coach.
I have to say that. I mean, everything right now just seems like you have too much going on.
Cody Killer in the chat said we have to come off the bye, beat the Aints, big to build confidence for the rest of the way, beat the Jets and handle the Bucks, and hope the rest of the division loses. But we have to beat New Orleans twice, and the Bucks and the Panthers one more time. Philip, me and you chatted about it today when you was over at the house. We talked about it a lot about winning the division, sweeping the division, how big that would be, even if you don't have that great record. But to beat every NFC opponent twice would be a feeling we haven't had since 2016. And as a Falcon fan, it's huge because you know how big of a part that plays in getting that playoff spot, winning the NFC South, being the top division leaders. But as of now, from the play that we're getting, Philip, I don't even want to make the playoffs, bro, because we're out the first round. We're out the first round with this kind of production. And I hate to say that because, man, how many years has it been since we've hit the playoffs and won a playoff game? Since 2017, bro.
6 years.
It's tough. DSGB Hall said Philip could get a sack against our O-line.
Dang right. Oh, slap him up my damn way. Oh, cupcake.
Yeah, I mean, it's sad, dude. And today, somebody that we didn't expect to be out was a game-time decision, Anamata, another guy on the defense.
Big,
today. Big, missing Mr. Anamata there in the center because, you know, as well as I do, Philip, him and Grady's been taking double teams all season. And really, they said today on NFL, you know, that there's really not a nose guard in the NFL that's playing as good as Anamata's. So, you know, to get him to come over from the Aints, I know he wants to beat the Saints. I know he does. So, you know, heading over into the next week, I really hope we can get the squad back together, get this, whatever this is that we're going through right now, under control, and be the team that we know we can be.
Because choke Smith.
As a Falcon fan, it's getting rough. It's getting rough. Real quick, man. Shout out to Bonfire, man. If you haven't already, head over to Bonfire. Check out the merch. Buy a T-shirt, a hoodie, whatever. We're still doing the giveaway. Still have yet to hit 10 purchasers. So once we hit that 10, man, even if it's in the season or out the season, we'll definitely still get something out to that 10th or to the whoever wins that raffle. So real quick, shout out to LaMarcus Boyd. Shout out to who was the other one? Philip Deke Ruffin. My boy Deke. Shout out to you, man. He bought 2 shirts. So shout out to Deke, man. They look fresh. I have a picture here I'll throw up of what we got. Couple different colors. Just the DFU logo on the front says Dirty Fanatics United under it. Everything that goes to our proceeds of shirts goes to the channel and back to you guys to be able to buy you merch or Falcon tickets or whatever else we give away for the raffle. So, Philip, there's really not much to chat about here as a Falcon fan because today, had we came away with a W, we'd probably be running a 2-hour podcast right now because we'd be
I'd
back
be wearing the belt, the shades. I'd be feeling good. I'd be talking about Desmond nonstop. I done told you. I mean,
it is what it is, man. As a Falcon fan, we hope we can bounce back. We hope we can be the team
for 4-6.
All want.
We could change it around. Let's just stay hopeful.
Win the next 2, Philip. Win the next 2, and you're back at 500. That's all you can ask for right now. Win the next 2,
which is
back to 500.
New Orleans, the nasty ass Saints.
Yes, sir. They gotta come. They gotta come to our house.
And then
that being said, Philip, the past 2 games in the bins we have taken an L. It sucks to say that because at one point we were the team
after that.
And shout out to Josh Griffiths. I will not put your comment out. He says, "Go Jags!" LOL. Shout out to Josh.
Man, they took an L today.
Hit that like. They did. The Jags did take an L today. I was surprised at the record that the Jaguars have right now. With a 6-3 right now.
It was 6-2. Now 6-3. I thought it was gonna play better. I ain't gonna lie to you.
So yeah, shout out.
Kind of wanted them to win. Actually,
y'all still have hope. Josh's team still got hope. So shout out to y'all. Shout out to Kevin Davison in the chat. Robert Stevens in the chat. Javier Sanchez in the chat, and my boy Josh in the chat, and everybody else that's on YouTube. If you haven't headed over to YouTube, man, head over to YouTube, look up Dirty Fanatics United, and hit the subscribe button. It's free. It's a free button. You click on it, you hit the like, and you hit the share, and guess what? Me and my boys on the road to 1K. All right, so go ahead over there, hit that subscribe button. Real quick, man, we haven't done it in quite a while, Philip. So I just want to give a shout out to our sponsor, Dubby.
Shout out to Debbie.
Shout out to Dubby, man. We greatly appreciate y'all. Our first sponsorship for an upcoming podcast. We're at 239 subscribers, I believe it is, 190 on Facebook groups, and I think on Twitter X, we're at like 200. So shout out to everybody, man, that's supporting us and bringing the love and continue to hit that like and share button, man. We greatly appreciate it. Philip, man, with not much to talk about these Dirty Birds today, brother, give me your shout outs, man. Let's go ahead and get on up out of here today. And I will say, let's plan to go live. Let's see. When do I got an off day?
It ain't Tuesday.
It ain't Tuesday. Real quick, man. Shout out to my boys coaching the AC All-Star team over here in Baxley, Georgia. We are in the third round of divisionals. So, or district, my bad. We're in the third round of district. We win Tuesday night at 7:30. We'll play, I believe it is Saturday. And we'll play in the district championship game to go and hopefully win a state championship. So, even though our Dirty Birds are losing, we still got a team to look forward to. And shout out to all them boys. Shout out to the Pirates. Shout out to all those parents that always bring your kids out, always supporting your kids, supporting us as coaches to hopefully go and get that ring, man. We greatly appreciate it. Philip, with that being said, man, give me your shout outs for today, brother.
Shout out to every faithful in Arizona. Probably leaving as we speak now, but shout out to you, each and every one of you. I've seen a good bit of you on TV. I named half of you.
Shout out to Vincent Coakley, the Falconator, everybody that was in Arizona today, man. Shout out to y'all.
At least say go dogs. Go dogs. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
At least we can say go dogs, especially
go dogs.
Go dogs. Any more shout outs, Philip?
Shout out to our fans, everybody in here. Yeah, as always, rise up, baby. Let's stay faithful.
Facts. Shout out to Cody Keeler, man. He's been in here nonstop today. So next two games are winnable to get back to 500. We as fans have got to make the Benz loud and a hard place to play
and pack it,
no matter what.
The game I was at, we let Minnesota take over, and it pissed me off.
Well, let's be 100%, Philip. As these teams,
I don't care.
These teams that do come into Atlanta have different chapters. They are, Super Bowl winning teams. They have the fan bases. So, yes, Cody's comment is 100%, man. We've got to pack the Benz out, and we've got to make it, a very hard place to play because at one point this season, Philip, as well as I do, the Benz was freaking rocking.
And it was that day.
3-3. It didn't matter. When we was at the stadium, the Benz was rocking. And I heard y'all last Sunday, bro. Y'all were giving them hell down there. I heard y'all on the TV.
We were.
So,
even though there was less of us.
Everybody that's in Atlanta, let's get back right and let's get this team, a dominant place to play for people that doesn't want to come and play in the Benz, man. The Benz has got to be that spot where Dirty Birds can come in and no team's coming in here to take over because guess what? Falcon fans done bought every damn section in the Benz. And with that being said, the Falcons have got to start winning for people, not the faithfuls, but for people that want to hop on the bandwagon so they can come and pack the Benz out as well. Because I know our Dirty Bird faithfuls are going to be there regardless. We could be 1-8. Hell, we could be the Pansies right now. And the Dirty Bird faithfuls are still going to be there. With that being said, man, shout out to Miss Sterling Woods here in the chat says, so the defense put the offense in the red zone. What can we change on the offense? That's the thing. Red zone turnovers, Philip. Turnovers, bro. I said in my group chat with One Time for the Fan today, we're not getting touchdowns off of turnovers. The past 3 games that we've had a turnover has turned into 3 points or 0 points. And that's a problem. You think about the field goal we kicked, Philip, off of the interception from Nate Lamon. You score a touchdown there, Philip. Guess what? You walk away with the W. You walk away with the number one spot in the NFC South. It's just situations like that.
You take the
Situational
W.
football.
You take the W if you kick a field goal on 4th and 1. Let's just be honest, because you scored the next drive. I mean, it's stupid, like stupidity that's killing
Present
us.
staff in the chat. So what's good to all the hurting Falcon fans? I don't know, bro. You tell me. You a Falcon fan too. Shout out to EQRC in the chat. Said thanks for keeping it real. We just need a quarterback. I'm like this right now.
It's half and half on that
Yeah,
part.
I'm like this because
I think we need a new
I
coach,
don't
but
want
I
to.
mean, who knows?
I don't want to throw it on the quarterback. EQ. I want to say our play calling is ass. I want to say that our play calls are very inconsistent. There was
It's
one drive where we ran the ball every fucking play with Bijan.
play.
Every play with Bijan. It was straight down the middle. Feel it, and this miss. I forget what they call it, but the misdirection snaps where they bring the ball out this way and then they cut it back and hand it to Bijan.
It's not working.
How many times have we seen that play this season? How many
Like
times have we actually seen that play this season?
I've seen it. Like, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I was at the game.
I think my 10U All-Star has more formations than the Atlanta Falcons have. It's
We
pathetic.
do. We do. It's because we actually scheme. I've seen that particular
show up
play.
early, tailgate and stops at 12. You heard? Pull up, man. My boy Cody and them do it big over there in the A. Shout out to Cody, man. Diehard Falcon fan. Sterling Wood said, I think we need to change the offensive staff. Ding, 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 ding,
That's
ding,
it.
ding. You hit the nail on the head, baby. Hit the nail on the head. Going to the next subject, President said, play calling is absolutely atrocious and hard to watch Sunday after Sunday after Sunday. 100%, 100%.
Year
You know,
after year
heading into
after
the
year.
season, Philip, I was the Falcon fan that was Arthur Smith's taking us to the Super Bowl. This is the year. Arthur Smith's getting us to the playoffs. We're going to be above 500. Starting off hot, 2-0, coming out 3-1, whatever it was we were. We were looking good. We were looking good as a team, looking good as an offense standpoint. Still, we're yet to have a breakout game for the offense, but we were winning games. And now, Philip, I'm at the time to where I actually went live on Facebook right after the game. Pretty heated. I said in the video, I do not support you as a fan anymore, Arthur Smith, but you dirty birds, I'm riding for you to the end. And with that being said, I will support Smith if they bring him back another year. But as a fan, I think it's time to do something different. And I'm not saying you got to fire the man, but bring in an offensive coordinator, bring somebody in to call the plays so Smith can do his one job. Head to the next comment real quick. Cody and chat said, I love Koo, but you're right. Touchdowns after turnovers, no way. Koo should be scoring 46.8% of our points. Phil, I'm sure that you heard just as much as I heard. They were the broadcasters on TV were calling Koo our MVP for the season. That's how much respect other players, other teams, other broadcasters have for the Atlanta Falcons. And
I've seen a post where
they have no reason to talk good about us yet at all.
I've seen it on a post mentioning that or saying he's our MVP, where he scored 70% of our points this year. 100%. It's all on him.
100%. Going to the next comment here, Carrie said, hi, Chase and Philip. Like I said on Twitter, I'm mad, I'm embarrassed, I'm disappointed, but I'll be a Falcon fan forever. Never switching up, but man, I thought this season was going to be different. Philip, your comments on Miss Carrie's.
I feel the same way, but I don't think things will change until you, like with what we said, unless you figure out a way to either find something different or bring in help to call plays, change things up. It just don't. This is 4 or 3 years in a row we have gone 4-6. It's the same thing. For one thing, you are consistent at losing records. You just have too much on your plate right now. It's not. It ain't embarrassing to just admit that.
This comment itself came out of the owner's mouth. You know, this was a 3-year plan, and we're on the 3rd year of it happening. This is supposed to be the year, and this is not coming from a fan. This is coming from Arthur Blank himself, the owner of the Atlanta Falcons. So that there speaks volume to me that if Arthur Smith doesn't get it going, changes will be made. And Whatever that change may be, we will find out soon. Sterling Woods in the comments said, look, I don't want to call out nobody, but Dave need to go and Smith has to go. What is Dave Ragoni's even job? What is his title? Ball boy?
Bo's there to be there.
Ball boy?
He's just there for the ride.
Like, hey, coach, what did you call? Okay, good call. Like, I mean, what are you there for? What are you even on the squad for? Do we even need Dave Ragoni? Next comment said, we skipping Josh, man. Josh with the jokes. Carrie in the comments says, something has to change, man. Sterling Woods in the comments said, the defense is better, but the offense is holding us back. Defense is better.
For once.
Defense is better. I will say defense is better. But these past 2 weeks, nah. Same defense. Same defense, more money. As a Falcon fan, man, you can tell we're pretty frustrated about the whole situation and what went down today and the past week. But we're hoping to get it back on the tracks, hoping to get this thing back rolling, man. I appreciate everybody that's tuned in today, man. I really do appreciate y'all. We've been, like I said, we've been going for about 2 weeks now. This is our first podcast. Today would have made 2 weeks, but shout out to y'all, man. Shout out y'all for rocking with us. Y'all see our notification pop up, man. Y'all tune in and y'all hit us with the comments. We greatly appreciate it. Shout out to the Atlanta Falcons, man. I know it's a rough road right now, 4-6, but like Philip said, there is still a chance to turn this thing around.
Gotta stay hopeful
and take the NFC South and maybe make that playoff push. It's tough. It's tough, Falcon fans, but stay hopeful, stay true, and like Cody said in the comments,
stay prideful, baby.
Pack the bins out, and make it a place nobody wants to play. Philip, with that being said, man, we're getting ready to wrap this thing up, man. Once again, if you haven't already, head over to YouTube, hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe. Also, if you haven't already, man, head over to our Facebook groups. We are on Facebook. It's Dirty Fanatics United.
Which has like over 160 people in it.
190 now, Philip. Today I checked that at 190. So shout out.
190.
So shout out to everybody that has tuned in and, you know, just support us throughout the way. Let me put this up real quick. Cody said, I miss Grady Jarrett. We all do, brother.
Grady.
We all do. Preston in chat said, but Heineke was going to save the offense. Well, let's talk about that for a little while. Let's chat about that. Let's talk about why Falcon fans were calling for Taylor Heineke throughout the season.
Turnovers were different. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Turnovers in his first game, none. His first drive as an Atlanta Falcon, touchdown. The play after that, field goal. The next drive after that, field goal. Each scoring possession that Taylor was on the field, we scored. There was no punts.
We have put up more points.
Maybe one punt possession throughout that whole. You've putting up more points, but as we've said, Taylor's the veteran. So with that being said, nobody's bashed Ritter. Nobody said anything bad about Ritter. We still route Ritter over here at Dirty Fanatics United. He's young. He's a young quarterback. But when you have a team and when you have coaches and you have an owner that said this was the season that it had to get done, and it isn't getting done, where else do you start? You start at the quarterback. You start at the running back. You start at the receivers. You look at the O-line. You look at the play calling. And where we're at now, after you've watched each quarterback play, you look back at the quarterback, or you look back at the head coach, and it's rough. It's not where it needs to be. But you also think about it, Philip. As Falcon fans, do we want to go through another rebuild? If you bring in another head coach, if you bring in another offensive coordinator, do they like the scheme that you've been running? Do they like the players that you've went and drafted the past few years? Do they like the O-line that you have? That's the question. That's what Falcon fans have to look at as if we want to get rid of Smith, do we want to go back to a rebuild? Some will say it's not a rebuild because we have the talent. But, Philip, when Kyle Shanahan came in town, who was the first receiver he let go?
Roddy White.
Roddy White. That man right there. Mr. Roddy White, the one that started all in the A, that really made the A a dirty place to play.
Personally, it was personal reasons deep down, but we'll talk about that later.
All that Kyle Shanahan shit got rid of him for no reason. Shout out to everybody, man. We're going to close this thing out now. The Falcon rant is over. Once again, appreciate all the love, man. We out of here. This is your boy Chase and Philip from Dirty Fanatics United. A-Town down.